What's up, my people? I'm gonna speak about something that might be had spoken. They ain't spoke about this a long time ago. So I'm gonna speak about something that is supposed to been out here, and people will refuse to research about this. Now, if you look at my description about this live, they tell you about the description. And New Jersey, I know a lot of people heard the saying called Megan's Law, where Megan was a young little girl and she don't bother nobody. And she was a peaceful little girl. Yeah, she was a peaceful little girl, and she was home with her family. But let's go before her. It was two guys that was committing sex crimes back in the day. One named Jesse and the other one named Paul. Jesse, or GC, I pronounce the name because you can see it in my description, and I put the links in sources so y'all can do the research yourselves and go by your understanding. Mix Up is about repetitive sex offenders. And a lot of people don't know the story because they're not in tune with that story. Because people are quick to judge people without doing the knowledge. So let's get into this. Jesse was the worst pedophile because he was raping women. 3 women he raped. Right? He was convicted. That's 3 counts. Think about it. 3 counts on the first degree. And you telling me you know he done, but you don't get this man life or pass a law while back go. But all suddenly, when Jesse raped Megan, now it's a big issue. They still push the issue, and the beginning of time with the psychopath was planning to rape women. He said something about his family and things like that. I get it. But if you rape 3 women, that's no justification. You went out and raped 3 women, and that's how it goes. He raped 3 women and get the man less time. He come home and rape a little girl named Megan. Furthermore, he raped Megan, and then Paul raped women also. The main sources, like I said in the description, you can do your homework on it and you do your own research. If you rape 3 women and don't get a life sentence, what's that telling y'all? That means they knew what was going on, right? They knew what was going on, and the judge let it be. But don't give him a life sentence. Because the word threat came from, by the way, y'all, I'm gonna let you know the word threat came from this guy. He was a threat to society, and he supposed to have life. But instead, he went out and raped another girl, a child though. Listen, if I do what I'm telling you, I have an understanding what I'm trying to tell y'all. This man was raping 3 women. Like, 3 women, and you telling me after you rape 3 fucking women, excuse my name, you fucking rape 3 women, you get away with it, and then go out to rape a child. That was all plot. And through courts, it was a plot. Because if that was no plot, he should have a life sentence a long time ago than waiting to rape Megan. And that's where everything started. Silence. New Jersey silenced this and sweep it on the rug, and they let a psychopath let loose to rape Megan. That's a fact. They knew about it. That's where the word threat comes in, because the word threat means a terrorist. So those who label as a threat are labeled as a terrorist because of Jesse and Paul did. Jesse, brother named Paul, raped minors also, and everything was a plot. You see, people tell you short stories, but if you jump in a rabbit hole, you find everything I said was the truth though. And I ain't gonna say a lie about it. I did my research, I did my studies on the shit, and y'all need to do your research about this too. Cause they knew about this. They knew about all of this pedophilia stuff, but they decide to let it go out. So Jesse's one of a kind. Like he was one of a kind. I can show you an article quick. And you see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna show you who this guy is, so you're gonna know where I'm coming from. So everybody can get it where I'm coming from with this. So people have an understanding that it says, let's look at the article quick. Let me pull out the stunts on this real quick. I'm gonna show you real quick, and we could do stuff. So we look at the on July 29, 1994, Simon Dequez, a man who lived in the house across the street, lured Megan into his home by offering a show of his puppy. He then raped and murdered her. He was convicted and sentenced to death, but New Jersey abolished the death penalty in 1997. He's serving a life sentence, but he died in prison, right? But we go back, right? But we got they block it. It says the stranger on the block, a special report, a center of Megan's Law case, a man and no one could reach. Right? They blocked this article so you don't find out. Hopefully I can get what I need. Let me see if I can find an article. I'm gonna look for this. I'm gonna find the article quick and then So they're gonna say, we're gonna show you he's mentally ill based on a childhood you would not believe. Defense attorney Roy Greenman said, it is so outrageous, it's so awful, in your wild imagination you cannot imagine. I saw her like this. You're going to realize this case cries for many mercy, cries out for compassion. And so forth. You can do your research about this guy, what he's about. But yet this man was raping right here. If you go here, you can pause the video you want to. Tells it all. Tam McGuinness convicted of 2 previous sex offenses against young girls in 1979 and 1981. Confessor pleads that he had murdered Megan and told them that he had been slipping into preceding weeks that's having sexual feelings for little girls. So in 1979, 1981, he raped 2 young girls at that time. So that means there was no law at the moment in time that was in place, right? That had been placed at that moment in time. So you tell me he got away from raping little girls, you know he was sick in the head. He raped 2 little girls and he got away with it. Then he go to Megan and rape Megan. This is the point I'm making. You got what I'm telling you? And so forth. And Jones Law, named for a young murder victim of 25 years ago, indicted in April and denies parole after conviction for sexual assaulting and murdering a child under age of 14. Tam agreed today not to accept to challenge the use of the law of Megan's murder, which pretended passage of the law. So the first 2 times they swept on the rug, and this man went out raping and murdering Megan. You see the point I'm making? So they justify for this man, the lawyers try to justify all he's done from raping a little girl, right? So now I see why people act the way they act and do the things they do. Because they take advantage of that law that was no law back in the day. Because I hear people, right, said that at that time of age, and I heard it from grown men also, they said during that time of age, they used to date little girls too. So you tell me, we got grown men dating little girls at the time. That's what you're saying. There was no law at the time. So you're telling me, like for example, we take the Muslims overseas, Prophet Muhammad married Aisha at age 9. And that's the point I'm making. This has been going on years ago. They ain't did nothing about it and let it ride out. They let everything ride out. It's so sad they let everything ride out of this. But like I said, descriptions, all the sources in the description, you do your own homework, you know, because he raped 2 other women. I show you one article, and been proven time and time. Not just once he did it. He did not just twice, but 3 times in 1970s. So he told me in those days, people allowed to rape little kids at that time of day. I mean, we gotta think out the box. We gotta sit here and think out the box sometimes, because people stuck in this generation curse. And people sit here, again, that word threat comes from Jesse and Paul. Right? From Jesse and Paul, they done this. But Jesse got away the first 2 times, and then he come home and murder and rape. And then you got Paul, who ran from parole and they find court him and lock him up. And he's doing time right now. I guess he's still alive. Maybe he's still alive. And that's foul because, like I said before, and I'm gonna say again, they let things slide all the time. But they didn't do nothing in the beginning, but they just, I don't know what, just say, you know what, go rape the 2 little girls, we're gonna say nothing, and then we're gonna hide on the rug, but make sure that they don't know about it. But yet, you did something about it. Ain't not the system corrupted that, ain't the system really corrupted? Because you allow this man to do what he wants, and did what he did, and then he did these little girls, and they didn't say nothing about it. Like, we gotta sit here and think about this, right? We got today, and today's society, that in the United States, they allow people get away with murder. Right? They allow people get away with murder. So, people who don't make a law on the last tier they have relationships with somebody else, and but their mother know about it, but yet the judge sends them to life on Maker's Law. You get what I'm telling you? But you sit here trying to justify the bullshit for Jesse, who raped 2 little girls, back to back, and you let that be. But yet you judge other people on the 4th degree. Man, you got people on Maker's Law got 4th degree, they got convicted of no crime again, but when they go in front of the judge, you see them as a threat, and you see them as Jesse and Paul. You can't sit here and argue for the fact is that you're getting people life sentence, but you don't get Jesse life sentence when he raped the 2 little girls. Make that make sense. It don't make sense because you see them as bad people, but Jesse was like an angel, but he raped 2 women, 2 little girls. Make it make sense. Just make that make sense. Then he lived across from Megan, and they knew he was a predator, but they won't put no signs out for that predator. It's kind of odd that the story don't sound right, right? The story don't sound right. The story don't sound right. But y'all say here these judges, prosecutors play mind games. And this is why I said the system's so messed up. They allow things happen intentionally. They allow things to happen intentionally, and they say they don't do nothing about it. That's facts. And like I said before, and I'm going to say again, y'all sit here judging everybody else, but don't know what the stuff Megan came from and what the man did more than one time, but yet they sweep on the rug, and then Megan's Law supposed to be for repetitive sex offenders who repeat time for time all over again. Like, it don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And that's a fact, people. What I'm saying, everything's a fact. And I keep telling y'all over and over that this system messed up. And that's a fact. And we gotta say something about life. Certain things the judges let it be. And they hide it and they push things under the rug. Judges, I mean. Because every judge not doing his damn job correctly. How these judges get paid for people to get away with murder? And his old saying goes, money talks, bullshit walks. I know you heard that saying before. Money talks and bullshit walks. And that's what they've been doing a long time ago, justifying. That's where the word threat come from, y'all. That's where the word threat come from Jesse. And Jesse threatened Megan, raped Megan, right? And he got away with it. Tell me something. Is it fair to say that the judge get paid and let him go about it? Let me know your things and your thoughts on the comments. You gotta say I want to know your thoughts and your thoughts in the comments, cause we need to know something, man. Before you comment below, look at the sources and see for yourself. And you tell me.